So here name should be as per the college records. So whatever the name is given as per the college records, so provide that particular name. So once it is completed, give the gender, male, female, other, whatever it may be. So next here we need to enter the mobile number, 10-digit mobile number. So once it is completed, if you have the secondary mobile, you provide it. So it is not mandatory, right? So this is optional only. So then here we need to enter your personal ID, not your college mail ID. So whichever you will be having the personal mail ID, that mail ID you need to enter here. So now here you will be having your college email ID, right? So from your college domain you will be getting one email ID, right? So something like this, anurag.edu.in, some cvsr.edu.in. So that mail ID you need to enter here, right? So once it is completed, so select your college. So find out where is your college is, right? So that college you need to select. So once it is completed, now what you have to do is, again we need to type the same, whatever the details you are typing here, the same thing you repeat here, right? So please do not use abbreviations, enter full name of your college. Something you should not enter AU. So whatever it may be, Anurag University, the same thing you need to enter. So once it is completed, you select your college state where it is located. So then select where is the location of the city of the particular college. So then here we need to select your degree. So if you do any mistakes, then here it will make the problem. So here what you have to do is select which course you are doing. So right, so most of the people will doing either Bachelor of Engineering, if you are doing BTech, right? So select appropriate course. So right, so BTech is the appropriate course for someone it might be different. So based on your degree you select it. So once it is completed, here you should not do any mistakes, right? So select whichever the branch you are studying, that should be correct, right? So then if you do mistake here, again it will be create the problem. So once it is completed, you should enter your CGPA, right? So here CGPA, they have given this guideline, just follow this guideline. So up to 2 decimal value is allowed. So next in your college you will be having the some roll number, right? Hall ticket number, right? So that you need to enter here. Then one more most important point is that it should be 2025. So this is only for the Cisco Ideathon is for only for the what 2025 graduated year, right? So and there should be final year. So if you do any mistakes here, then it will lead to the disqualification, right? So this is very very important. Next, please confirm you are available for the internship, right? So if you click no, then your data will be removed from the Cisco Ideathon. You will be not getting the confirmation mail, right? So this by mandatorily you should keep it as the yes. Now, so what is the next option is that please select your participation from the following program, right? So here these many roles you can apply for. So just click on each and every role. So whichever role will be suited for you, that particular role you need to apply. Suppose for example I am interested in consultants engineering, so just click on this role. This is important that you need to select, right? So once you go through that, so what is this one, right? Everything you can read here. So based on that you can select the particular role. So here what you have to do is we need to click on the apply, right? So after click on the apply, right? So here for the first time if you are doing means you will be not getting any email address as well as if password. So for first time you are doing means first you need to register with the new user. So for that, what is the mail ID that you need to use that? So we need to use the Networking Academy mail ID. So what I mean to say is that if you click on NetAcad login, you have done some courses, right? So whatever the mail ID here you are using for Networking Academy, that same mail ID you need to use, right? So that is a very very important point, right? So this is my mail ID I am using for the Networking Academy. So the same NetAcad mail ID you need to use. That point you need to remember. That is one of the important point. Right, so for just explaining purpose I am giving some random mail ID, right? So you give it what is your NetAcad mail ID that you need to enter here. So once it is done, click on register now. So if it is already there, so just for explanation purpose I am giving some fake mail ID. Now here what exactly you have to do is we need to prepare your resume, right? So resume most probably should be consist of the CCNA module 1, 2, 3. You can also add the Python, something whichever is related for Cisco placement, that all the things you can upload. Sorry, you can keep in your CV or resume, then ready it. So you can upload it from your device. So LinkedIn, from Dropbox, these many options are there. Plus don't try to select the without resume. First you make to make your resume is ready, then so upload your resume. That is a better option, right? So I don't have the resume, so for that explanation purpose I'm clicking on without resume, right? So what you have to do, first keep ready your resume, then upload your resume, right? So here we need to select the Mr. whatever it may be, that corresponding that you need to select. So first name, so this is mandatory, last name also mandatory. If you have the middle name, preferred first name, whatever it may be, that you can enter, but these are the optional fields only, right? So I'm going to enter something. Right, so like that you enter particular details. Now here if you observe here, right, so if you are applying this application form, what will be happen means automatically here you will be getting your mail ID, right? So here I am not getting my mail ID. So if you are getting your automatic your mail ID here, don't do any changes, right? So just keep that mail ID as it is, then go for the further operation, right? So I'm clearly explaining you that. So after filling this one, so after doing all these things, right, so whenever you are clicking on this one, so by default suppose you are getting this email address automatically, don't do any changes, right? In case if you are not getting your email address, you give it your NetAcad mail ID, right? So that NetAcad mail ID whatever it may be, that you give it, right? Once it is completed, we need to give the primary phone type, right? So mobile phone, something whatever it may be, that you need to enter your particular number. So once it is completed, secondary phone type, it is optional, it is not mandatory. Whichever having the star mark, that is mandatory, remaining will be optional. So now they are asking that can we contact you via SMS to your mobile phone, so data charges may be apply, so better it is, right? So keep yes. Now here we need to type your address, right? Then you provide your country or region, state, everything you need to provide. So address of yours, so city, town, postal code is nothing but your pin code that you can enter here, right? So these things to be completed. So once it is completed, are you looking for an internship or new or recent graduate level role? So better you keep it as the S, right? So then it will be better for us, right? So once it is completed, now what you have to do is we need to, so this is also one of the useful, but time being it is not required. If you want to know this one, just read this statement and you apply for this one also, but time being it is not required for Cisco Ideathon 2024. So area of interested, you can select multiple area of interest, right? So it is not limited to the particular. So say they have clearly mentioned that to select the multiple options, click in the above area of the drop down to appear, right? So for example, I want something engineering in the network, right? So like that you can select for the multiple roles, right? Suppose I'm good at in something engineering software, so whichever the relevant fields you will be having, that you select it, right? It is not common for everyone, so based on your interest you can select the role. Next here, this is the one of the important point, as a BTech or Bachelor of Engineering student, which option to be selected. So for that here we need to select the Bachelor of Degree, BA, BS, etc., right? So try to select the bachelor's degree, nothing but BTech, BE, whatever it may be, it will come under the bachelor's degree. You select this option. So next your college or university, right? So just here they have given options, right? So just try to find out whether your college or university is available here or not, right? In case if it is not available, suppose for example your listed university is not available here. If it is available here, you find out your corresponding university, right? So our college, whatever it may be, then click. If not, then what you have to do is other not listed. It means that you need to click on other not listed if your college or university not mentioned here. So for that, in my college or university not mentioned here, so just I am clicking the others not listed. Now you type what is our university, right? So what is our college, whatever it may be, sorry, you need to type your university, right? So now very important point is that here we need to select this one, right? So now here if you observe here, we have the multiple options. Suppose for example, see that if you are ECE student and electronics and communication student, so if you are computer engineering, that is okay. If you are completely communication, that is okay. If you are electrical engineering, that is okay. Suppose let us say you are cyber security engineer or your artificial department you are doing. So in this case we don't have this option, right? So what is our major here? We don't have the option. So if you are ECE student, don't select electrical engineering or, right? So one more is communication, right? So if it is completely listed, then only you need to select. So if it is not there, what you can do is just click on other not listed, right? So other not listed. Now they are asking that what is the graduation date or expected graduation date. and in which year you will be passed out, 2025, right? So you select, right? So whichever year you are going to passed out, right? So some, for example, probably it may be something around April, May, June, right? So you select particular date. So don't need to select the exact date, it may be differ from the one university to the another university. So select that particular date, right? So what is when is your graduation year ends? So that date randomly you pick up some date, something like June 1st, June 10, or it may be May, or it may be April. So something your end of the graduation year you need to select, right? So don't follow this one. This is only for idea purpose, right? So once it is completed, choose the academic performance or grading system your university uses, and what type of grading mechanism your university is using, right? So pass or fail, or percentage, or score, or other. So if you have the grade point, you just mention the grade point average, right? So depends upon your university. So here most of the colleges or university now they are using the grade point averages. Now here enter your data, right? So academic performance, how much grade point average you have, that you mention here. So once it is completed, now if you observe here, what is the most recent job title, right? So if you apply here, so you will be finding we need to type the answer. So now if you are applying as a fresher, it means that you are not part of any job role, you are applying this for the first time as a student. Now what you have to select is, you better, so this is not mandatory to keep fresher, so it is better to keep you here. The information is that you are a fresher, right? It means that you are not doing any job. So most recent employer means it is not applicable for us, those who are applying as the fresher. So better use the fresher as well as the not applicable. So if you are using something job, right, so some kind of things, here it will be vary for you, right? So have you ever been issued a Cisco employee ID or Cisco email address? So option is that no. If you are working, that's okay in Cisco. If you are not working, then what the option you need to select is that it should be no. Have you ever been issued a Cisco employee ID or Cisco email address? No, right? So it should be no, right? So next here we need to select the certifications, right? So here if you understand here, if you observe here, so here all the certifications are which are related to the what? Which are related to what? So all things which are related to Cisco only. So CCNA, CCNP, CCIE, right? So CCENT, so entry level network. So these many certification programs are there, right? So if you are any completed any particular thing, then you need to select this particular option. Now here thing is that you need to enter your global certification, right? So to select the multiple option, click the above area for the drop down to appear. So if you are completed any global certification, that certification you can select. So if you don't have any global certification, then so you find whether there is no certification, something option is there or not, you find out. In case if it is not available, then what we will do is we will select the CCNA, right? Because we have all completed the 3 modules of CCNA, right? So Cisco Certified Network Association program, right? That you can enter, right? So but if you are not having the global, so actually we don't have the global certification, we have only college level certification, NetAcad certification, that is not the global certification, right? So if you don't have, then better it is that you remove nothing. So because they have, it is not made it as a mandatory, right? So see that here there is no star mark, it means it is not mandatory, right? So if you have completed global certification, that is okay. Then if you want, you can enter CCNA also. At the time of interview, if they are asking, do you have the global certification, means you tell that no, I don't have the global certification, I have only college level certification, nothing but the networking academy certification, that also you can enter. So that is absolutely your wish, right? Either you want to keep this column as the right empty, or if you want to keep CCNA, that is completely your wish. So once it is completed, this is not also mandatory, right? So but you try to give this fluent languages whichever you know, right? So whichever language you have, that you can enter here, right? So you can enter the multiple options, right? So whichever languages you are fluent, then you can enter this one. So next here we need to enter your skills and technology, right? So something like I know CCNA, something like I know DevOps, right? So I know Azure, Microsoft, whatever it may be, that skills and technologies you mention here, that is most important, right? Next the field is that how do you hear about us, right? So here it is not mandatory, but so right, so you can find that. So telnet, network, email, so whatever it may be, something, right? So not this one. How did you hear about this, means here you can type, so Cisco job career site or Cisco networking academy, NetAcad, something like this. So whichever option, and this may be not right, so there will be no exact answer. So for example, CCNA Networking Academy, NetAcad is there, right? From through that I heard about us. So that may be any kind of answer will be okay, right? So next here we need to create our password, right? So the same password, right? So just give me a second. So once it is skills, everything is completed. So please enter your, right? So all these things, skills and technologies, that is mandatory. So once it is completed, just create a password and confirmation your password, right? So whatever the password here you are giving, the same password you give here, right? So in my case, for explanation purpose, I am giving something a different password. So once it is completed, just click on I am not a robot. So just click on agree and continue. So now again it is asking for this one. So first name, last name, then middle name. So see that here it means that I have not completed it. So now again it is asking, right? So here the password does not match, right? Make sure that you are entering the correct password. So here voluntary self-identification consulting engineering, right? So just read this one. So here your select option, your indicate your gender. So just continue. So final submission, just click on submit. So once this application is submitted, here you can find our job ID, everything. Now in case, for example, suppose if you want to change any particular details, now what you can do is you can click on edit profile. So you can select the reset password, or if you want to resume document something, if you need, you can upload it, right? So if you do any mistakes, then click on edit profile. Now see that here we are getting the details, right? So whichever the details you want to update it, you can update it, then click on submit, that will work, right? So then one more thing. So again, if you want to apply for one more job, so Cisco recommended that you apply for only single job. Suppose if you want to apply for one more job, suppose you want to something, you need to apply for the software consulting engineer. So just click on this one. So the moment you are clicking on this one, now see that what will be happen. Just click on apply. So it is, how do you hear about this? Only it is asking entire whatever the data you have applied. So because here you are logged in, right? So it automatically takes your data. So for what you have applied for, I mean earlier what you have applied. So based on that, it will collect your data. So once everything is completed, just click submit. So go to my job profiles. So here you can find that new job ID is created. So here whatever the job you have applied, so you can see all these things, right? If you need any modification, you can change it.